Did you know there's a molecule in every single cell of your body that could be the key to how well or how poorly you age? And here's the kicker. By the time you hit age 50, your levels of this molecule are typically slashed in half. That's right, half. And when it drops, so does your energy, your ability to repair cells, and even your longevity. Did I get your attention? All right, let's dive in. Hey, JJ Virgin here, and I am excited to talk to you about something today that's absolutely essential for energy and longevity. Two things I'm passionate about because they're the foundation for powerful aging. I'm talking about NAD+, that's nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. You know what? Let's just call it NAD+. You've likely heard about it. It's been buzzing through the longevity community, and for good reason. This molecule is a powerhouse for your body, driving energy production, repairing DNA, and supporting healthy aging. Now, as we get older, our NAD+ levels decline dramatically, and that decline is linked to accelerated aging, lower energy. Now, that sounds like bad news, but thankfully, there are scientifically backed ways to boost your NAD+ levels and reclaim your vitality. Stick with me, I'm going to break it all down for you. Now, the first thing I noticed about aging, all right, let's see, some fine lines, some gray hairs, and I'm betting that might have been your first wake-up call too. But the reality is that aging affects our cells. One of the biggest challenges is that our cells lose the ability to produce energy the way they did when we were younger. But it usually hits you slowly, so unlike those visible signs, you aren't as aware until you start to connect the dots between that afternoon crash and aging, or being the first one to leave the dinner party again. And this energy decline can become way less subtle when you throw the hormonal chaos of menopause into the mix. Now, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here. You'll be able to turn this around and literally have more energy in your 50s and 60s and beyond than you did in your 20s and 30s. I know I did, but it took some deep diving into the science of energy production and specifically figuring out how to support NAD+ to get there. NAD+ affects everything from metabolism to cognitive function and even influences how well your body repairs itself. When NAD+ levels drop, it's like your body is running on fumes. And this is exactly why maintaining healthy levels of NAD+ is so crucial if you want to stay vibrant, energetic, and feeling your best. Now, here's where things get even more crucial. NAD+ isn't just about energy. It's also a longevity molecule. Research has shown that NAD+ plays a big role in supporting your DNA repair and helping your body fight oxidative stress. Think of it as your body's internal repair crew. It keeps things running smoothly and helps slow down the aging process at the cellular level. So if we want to feel like we're 70, going on 30, we either need lotto-winning genetics or we need to figure out some way to boost our NAD+ levels deep into life. Now, I decided I was going to figure out everything I could to do this. And of course, I started with diet and exercise as the foundation, as they should be. But spoiler alert, before I share these strategies, they aren't going to get you all the way there. So on the diet side, 25 to 40% caloric restriction has been shown to improve NAD+ metabolism by enhancing the activity of NAD+ enzymes. The obvious challenge here is who the heck can stay on this type of caloric restriction? And even if you can, you're going to likely lose skeletal muscle, which is the worst thing you can do if you're working on your longevity. Now, I like to recommend the caloric restriction strategy I learned from Dr. Bill Campbell, which is to cycle it. Do 5 days on and 2 days of maintenance calories for a more sustainable approach. There's better news on the exercise front, since there's no side effects to this beyond side benefits. Both aerobic and resistance training have been found to support higher NAD+ levels. Naturally enhances NAD+ biosynthesis by activating pathways like AMPK and SIRT1. And if you've been following my videos, you know I'm a huge fan of resistance training and getting your daily steps in. And together, these can help with those NAD+ levels. So diet and exercise, they are foundational, but they are not going to get you back to those levels of your 20s. So I started looking for how to do just that. Now, my first thought was just to supplement NAD Plus directly, but there's a big problem with that. You see, the NAD Plus molecule is very large, and as a result, it's not particularly bioabsorbable when supplemented directly. So I tried these NAD Plus patches, but they were messy, they were hard to use, I got sticky stuff on me, but more importantly, I didn't notice anything when I used them. I debated about doing the NAD IVs like a bunch of my biohacker pals were doing, but they were expensive, they took hours to administer, and the side effects of the nausea and dizziness just kind of turned me off that idea. So I started looking at supplementation and how to support my own body generating more NAD+. Now, my research is going to save you a lot of time figuring out how to do this. In fact, I can point you to a clinically studied formula that's vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, and actually boosts NAD+ levels. It's called Qualia NAD+, from the Qualia science team, who makes some of the most cutting-edge holistic health formulas on the planet. And here is how they achieve such a remarkable clinical result. So it turns out there are specific ingredients like niacin, niacinamide, niagen that your body can readily convert to NAD+. These ingredients are called NAD+ precursors. And unlike supplementing NAD+ directly, providing your body precursor ingredients to boost your own natural NAD+ production bypasses that large molecule problem of direct NAD+ supplementation. Qualia NAD+ combines all three of the NAD+ precursors I just mentioned, and then goes a step further by providing 6 additional ingredients that further potentiate the body's natural NAD+ production. These include transvirotrol, organic coffee berry, and magnesium hydroxide from seawater. Now, one of the many things I love about the Qualia brand is their science team takes the time to understand every step of the process and how to naturally boost a desirable molecule in the human body, and doesn't skimp on the small details that actually make a formula get results. That's why Qualia wasn't afraid to subject Qualia NAD+ to a double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical study, which, by the way, is rare for a supplement company. And the results speak for themselves. Now, some of the key things I noticed within a few weeks was better workout recovery, better energy all day long, and better focus. Now, when you're 20, you don't worry about the impact of going hard for a few days or cranking up your workouts. But in your 50s, you notice that you're paying for those things days after. It's awesome to be able to push hard like I did in my 20s and not have to build in those recovery days to be able to handle it like I used to have to. You know, I've been working in the health and wellness space for over 40 years. And for 30 of those years, supplements have been a big part of my own health plan. I've tried a lot of different things over the years, and most were short-lived experiments, but not Qualia NAD+. When you find something that works, you stick with it. And for me, Qualia NAD+ has been a total game changer. Now, I like to add just one thing into my regimen at a time so I can really feel what it does. This isn't always the case, of course. You know, you take vitamin DK, you're not going to go, wow, I feel a difference. But with Qualia NAD+, well, the best way to describe it, it's like your energy was turned down to the low end of the dimmer switch, and this turned it back up to full power. Now, you can test your NAD+ levels, or you can do my favorite type of test. Try Qualia NAD+ for yourself and see how different you feel, literally in a matter of days. So you can visit www.qualialife.com/JJHealth and use my code JJHealth at checkout for 15% off your order. And you get a 100-day money-back guarantee. So you have nothing to lose except maybe that fatigue in the afternoon. And remember, just like with any supplement, NAD+ is not a replacement for the basics. Diet and exercise are the foundation, like we talked about. Think of them as your rocket, but think of Qualia NAD+ as your rocket fuel. If you're looking to have the energy of your 20s and 30s and age powerfully, boosting NAD Plus is a great place to start.